All right. I wanted to come on this morning and share with you the information about tonight's live interview with the wonderful, amazing Pastor William King III. He is running for Galveston County Judge. Something's going on with my throat this morning. But I wanted to come on so that I can invite you to the interview on tonight at 6:30 p.m. on my YouTube channel. Is Electra James Inspirational Talk, 6:30 p.m. Again, it's going to be on my YouTube channel, Electra James Inspirational Talks at 6:30 p.m. You can go to YouTube and pull up my channel. And on tonight, if you want to, you can subscribe. If not, you should still be able to get in on tonight and view the live interview with this wonderful man of God and candidate for Galveston County Judge. I put the subject title of who you with. Who you with? Who are you with? Who are you following? What are you following? Sometimes we say we want better. Nothing is changing. Well, you got to get out there and you got to vote. And you not only just vote, you listen to the topics that people are discussing. You want to get engaged. See how you can help these candidates. If you like what they're talking about on their platform, get to know them. Pastor King has several campaign stops that he's been doing over the time that he announced his candidacy. So on tonight, he's going to be sharing that information with us where he's at in his campaign. But I'm going to say this outside of that. We have got to get people registered to vote. Registration, education, participation. Otherwise, you won't get no restoration for democracy. You know, I don't believe that many people are paying close attention to democracy. Many people are turning their backs on it and just don't want to hear about it. But if you don't understand, if you don't have democracy, you live like other countries where one person rules that entire country. And if you want democracy, you got to fight for it. Power will not concede it on its own. And people that are in positions who aren't doing anything, then they don't need to be in those positions. You got the people who are weak. This term was utilized a lot. And my professors always said, if you don't remember anything else, remember this, especially when I was in graduate school. If you don't remember anything else, remember this. The world is full of inflexible people, and that's dangerous. Because when a person is inflexible, they don't want change. They like things just like they are. You all have heard me over the years mention this. When I go live about people, inflexible people do not like change. Therefore, they will sit and keep the same person in positions that they know that person isn't doing anything. They know that person isn't making an impact. They know that person isn't making a change. But yet they'll sit and criticize somebody who's trying to come in and do something to move the country forward. Sometimes we talking about politicians you don't even know, downgrading people, putting things out there that put people's lives in danger. We need to stop that, because not only what you say impacts that person, it impacts their family. So if you don't know the truth about people, stop just getting on the bandwagon and circling the wagon to say negative things about people you don't even know. And then people who want to come in and make a difference, we sit at home and say, I'm not going to vote. It don't matter. Well, I don't have to tell you, because now we see that voting matters. It matters who you put into place. State, local, government, it matters. Stop getting into the personal side of people and look at what people are really actually trying to do to help you, because the government, we live in democracy and it's split and everybody has a voice. But if you lose democracy, you won't have that voice. So it don't matter how much you go around and talk about somebody just because you personally don't like them and you don't even know them. So tonight, Pastor King is going to come on and he's going to talk to us. He's going to educate us. He's going to share some information with us about his candidacy, about his vision, about his thoughts on democracy, and why it's so crucial that we get up and get out on November 8, 2022. It's coming fast. Midterms are coming fast. I don't care what they tell you on television about how things gonna happen. You get out there and be a part of what happens. You can't do nothing about people that want to sit on the sideline. You try to encourage them, but if they don't want to move, you got to move on and try to get somebody else to move. Change does not happen sitting on the sideline. It never has and it never will. You have Juneteenth, a day to celebrate, a national holiday now, to celebrate freedom, okay? Freedom from slavery. People fought for that. The reason you can celebrate it now, we can celebrate it now, is because people decided not to sit on the sideline. Nothing gets done on the sideline. You're just a spectator. So if you enjoy sitting at home and letting other people make your decision, well, then you just go with that. Because nobody's going to change that about you if you are inflexible. And that's not a good thing to be. Because inflexible, you're not going to move. You don't care what happens. See, the thing about it, people who build cars, Ford and Chevy, GM, all those people, they understood. You got to put some new stuff out there. You got to offer people some new stuff. Coca-Cola and Pepsi, they don't care about what each other do. They focus on what they're doing. And this is what we need to do. We got to get serious about some things. And I know that you just can't sit and ponder on that every day of your life. But listen, we say that we are concerned about the future. If you're concerned about the future, you got to do something today. And Pastor King isn't the only one running for a position. There are many who are running for a position who have campaigns. Find out where these campaigns are. Listen to these people. Get out there so you can ask questions. Stop sitting on the sideline. Because if you care about those grandchildren and those great-grandchildren and those great-great-grandchildren, see, what I'm talking about, that's our future. You got to fight now for their future. Can you fight now for their future? Because if you don't, and our democracy right now is crumbling. That's why people try to keep you distracted. That's why people trying to get your attention off of what's really happening. See, whenever somebody tell me don't pay attention to something, that means I need to pay attention. I'm a grown woman. I don't need nobody to tell me who to listen to and who not to listen to. And not only am I a grown woman, I'm an educated woman. I'm a God-fearing woman. There's a lot of pieces to me, just like there's a lot of pieces to you. You are not just one thing. There's a whole lot on the inside of you that you know better. And when you know better, you ought to do better. And all of us that's been living a while, we know better. We are just deciding not to do better because it's easier to sit down and criticize rather than go out, find out the facts, and see what you're going to stand with. Who you with? Who are you with? Remember Bernie Mac asked that question? Who you with? That's an important question. Stop treating life like it's just one-sided. Because it's not. We live in a big world out here. That's God's backyard out there. Every time you go and ride up and down those streets, that's God's backyard. And you're going to let another human being tell you how you ought to think. Tell you what you should and should not do. Instead of getting up and researching, getting out here and listening to what these people are talking about, and not just what they talking about, ask them some questions. Instead of just drawing a picture of somebody and saying, oh, that's who they are. That's who he is. Ain't nothing to him. I don't like him. Because of what? Because of what? Oh, I like the opponent, his opponent. The people don't even know you. Some of these people just want your vote. But they've been sitting in these positions 10, 20, 30 years, have not done anything. But they depend on inflexible people that just go and vote for them because they don't want this, they don't want no different. They don't want to see, oh, I like what he's doing. Oh, I like what she's doing. If they're not doing the right thing by me, I don't care whether you Democrat, Independent, Republican, I don't care what you are. If you're not doing the right thing by the people, by your constituents, you don't have no business holding a position. No business at all holding a position. I've worked in the court system for 10 years. I've fought for women's rights. I've lobbied for women's rights, for laws not to be changed. I know what it's like to get out there and raise your voice because you did believe in something that you know if your opposition had the opportunity to take it from you, they would. I've been in that fight. I know what it looks like. And I know what criticism look like when people don't even know you and they say to you, because I've had it done to me. Back when I was out there like that in the as a legal advocate, the field of legal advocacy for women and children. I know when people, they don't like what you're saying. And they draw this picture of you and they say things about you. And they know it's not true. But they don't care because somebody's going to listen to that foolishness. And they don't even know you. You're trying to fight for the rights of women and children. You're trying to fight against domestic violence. You're trying to fight against sexual abuse and get some laws in place and keep some laws from not being passed and then to pass laws. It's a lot of work to this stuff. You don't just jump up and, okay, we're going to do this and that's it. It's work that's got to be put in. And a lot of times, let me tell y'all this, when you defending the rights of other people, baby, that's a tedious job. I know. I did it for 10 years. In a position for 10 years. But I continue to do it. I continue to fight for the rights of people, just not in that position. I'm telling you, this interview on tonight, I believe is going to be magnificent with the information that he is going to bring forth. And he is full of a wealth of information. A wealth of information. So I'm asking you, if you can, to tune in to Electra James Inspirational Talks on tonight at 6:30 p.m. 6:30 p.m. on my YouTube channel. Again, if you don't want to subscribe, you can still tune in on tonight's interview. It's a wonderful thing when politicians want to keep their face out there. And I can tell you, he's been on the Free Little Show. He's been on a lot of other shows, social media outlets. I believe he's been on I-45, different ones. He can share that with us tonight. I'll let him tell his own story. That's what Electric James Inspirational Talks is all about. You tell your own story. I don't tell your story for you. I'm just on this morning because I am making a plea to you to get involved, because everybody can do something. We need foots on the ground. Somebody need to get some foots on the ground. Knock on some people's doors. Get some people registered. We got a huge number of young people who just came out of high school. Get them registered. But you don't just register them, you got to educate them. And then you education, then you register them. And then you get them to participate. Education. Understand what I'm saying? Registration. Participation. And I'm not just saying this just because I'm doing this interview tonight, because this is my second interview. Democracy is dear to my heart. I fight right now so that my grandkids can have a future. Who are you fighting for? What are you fighting for? Because if you don't fight, if you don't push back, nothing changes. Because people in power, they want to maintain their power. Just like when I was going down there to Austin, for those 10 years of my life and every place else that they would call us to come. Hey, fighting for the rights of women, you don't even know the half of what could have happened if myself and others wouldn't have been down there lobbying. Yeah, they look at you crazy. Yeah, they got something to say. But I'm going to tell you something. A lot of times people looking at you crazy, but they glad you out there. They just scared to get out there because they don't want to be criticized. But I say this, if I'm going to make a change, criticize me. If what I do is going to make a change, criticize me. Because at the end of the day, we want results. We want some results. Results for what? Results for change. Results for our children. Results for these babies coming up. Results for women. Results for men. Everybody counts in democracy. And I'm going to say this and I'm going to get off of here. I don't care whether this is my philosophy. This is me. I don't care whether you Democrat, Independent, Republican. If you're not doing nothing, you don't need to be in that position. Because one thing about me, I'm flexible. I'm going in the direction of what's right and what's good. Not, hey, I'm getting older. I got more time behind me than I got in front of me. But see, I got some young people behind me that's coming up, that's coming through. And I'm quite sure that Reverend King feels the same way. And many more. People trying to make a difference. Before you start criticizing people, listen to them. Then draw your opinion. But not because somebody else don't. You know what? Some people don't like you just because somebody else don't like you. That's crazy. But that's how the world operates. But that might have been your blessing. That person could have been your blessing. But you avoided them because somebody else didn't like them. But that was the blessing that God sent to you. All right. Let's keep that in mind. Don't be inflexible. Because that's a dangerous spot to be in. You doing everything else? Plan to vote come November 8th, 2022. Let me say that again. Out of all the things that you do, start making a plan to get out and vote in the midterms. They coming whether you believe it or not. November 8th, 2022. Who you with? That's my question for you today. Now you take that and ponder on it. Who you with? Y'all have a wonderful day.